love the sound and the smell of the old Lambretta 2-stroke. But today we're going to concentrate on the Royal Alloy. Had a 6 months, done nearly 1,000 miles on it, just been serviced. Had a great time over the summer. Coming to winter now, so we're going to have another ride out. Just a bit of a catch up really on the good points, the bad points, and how I'm still feeling about it. So stay tuned. Alright, so quickly before I get suited and booted, cover a few things we've done. We've got the fly shield on. I did the mirror extenders and some nice round mirrors. Fitted the front rack. Try to set the front suspension up. We fitted the flugel binder release kit. We've got the rear seat rack on, and I've got stainless steel cover for the rear light, which is also off SF stainless. Mud flaps fitted on the front, just slightly smaller ones. I've cut them right down because it was overheating. Well, I thought it was overheating. I don't think the mud flap had anything to do with it, it's just the design of the radiator. So, and I've fitted a buzzer kit for the indicator so I know when I've left them on. So that's just a quick overview. Let's get out there now. Right, like I said, it's late on in the year now. Don't get many good days now for a little ride out, so just have a little ride of Saltburn and back, and we'll talk through the Royal Alloy GP300. It's a little bit windy. So yeah, I've had it 6 months, just about. Just had a service recently at DW Motorcycles in Scarborough. Thoroughly recommend them, they were really good. Very helpful, very knowledgeable, and the guy had a nice little talk to me about the bike and what he's doing, what he's doing on it. He sprayed the electrics with some AC 50 or whatever they call it, and yeah, so it's in pretty good condition. So things, like I said, I've said before, the indicators were rubbish on this, you can't hear them. I have now put a buzz on them, but the buzz is so horrible. I'll have to change that, get a decent buzzer. Wing mirrors are a lot better now that they're got the extenders on them. Actually see behind me now. You might believe the buzzer there. That's not too bad, I suppose. I can live with it. So the brakes there, the brakes are brilliant. The back brake I'm really impressed with. I use that a lot more than I should do, to be honest. Found a brilliant one up. When there's two people up, they struggle a little bit. Now that could be purely because I think the lever is just a little bit of a stretch for me. So I think one of my next mods for it will be getting some adjustable levers. Bring these brake levers a bit closer to my handlebars. It'll put a bit more pressure on them then. So yeah, brakes are great. I have not used the ABS system yet, thankfully. The suspension, which we talked about before, I've played about with the standard suspension a lot, the front and the back, and I just cannot get them set up how I like them. And I've read on the forums quite a bit about people changing the bi-turbo and chisel speed units, so I think over winter that'll be another job that I do. Change them. So we've got the clutch lever, sorry, we've got the brake levers and the suspension to sort out yet. One thing I couldn't really test out during the summer days were the lights. Now I've been using it for work and it's been dark in the morning, dark at night, and the lights are fantastic. Yeah, plenty of light to light up the road ahead, so I'm really impressed with the lights. And speed 0 to 50, even 0 to 60 is really pretty good, and it'll trundle along at 70 on the speed up all day long, and I'm getting about 90-95 mile per gallon, which is pretty good, isn't it? Can't complain about that. Riding position is great. There's two riding positions actually. There's the one where I've got my knees in, that's it all prim and proper, which is I don't know, quite stylish. I quite like it. And I've got, I think, probably the more modern design where I've got my feet splayed out and my knees open, and I'm more, I don't know, a bit more aggressive, I don't know. So knees in, elbows in, straight back, looking kind of 60ish, I think, or more modern with a relaxed position, knees out, feet over the floorboards almost. Definitely let me know in the comments which one you prefer. Do you even know which style you actually ride on? Comfort wise, the seat's pretty good. So the furthest I've been on it is to Scarborough, which is about 55-60 miles. Not a problem at all, so I'm happy with that. Seat height is quite high. Come to a stop here so I'll be able to show you. If I put one foot down, it's not a problem. If I try and put both feet down, I'm on the balls of my feet. Now that could be because I've upped the rear suspension to the maximum stiffness, which has pushed it up a little bit. Wouldn't have thought that'd make a great deal of difference, but you just never know. So all in all, I'm pretty chuffed with it. Good economy, good speed, good comfort, good safety. I'm just trying to think about something which is actually wrong with it. I can't actually think of anything at the moment. I was hoping to add a bit more chrome work to it, or stainless steel work to it, some more protection bars, crash bars. Unfortunately there's just nothing about. I've added the front rack, which obviously is a nice little modification, but the rear crash bars, which I was hoping to get, I just can't get any. Might have to get some Lambretta GP ones and modify them a little bit. Watch this space for that one. What else? Oh yeah, I did mention the suspension. I can't get the suspension right. It's okay, don't get me wrong, it's alright. It's just not quite how I like it. But it's all a personal preference, that. It's, you might jump on it and think, wow, this is superb. Especially if you come off the old Lambretta. The steering, there's that buzzer again. The steering's pretty good, pretty nimble. I did actually think the headbands were a bit stiff, but when I got it serviced, I asked the mechanic there to have a look at it, and he said no, that they're smashing them. But I do feel they are a little bit stiff still. So all in all, I'm loving the experience. I'm looking forward to next year. I've booked up the Isle of Wight. Not sure which scooter I'm taking there, whether I'm taking the Royal Isle or the Lambretta GP. I think because we're going to make a 2-week vacation out of it and go down the south coast of England as well as the Isle of Wight, I'll probably take this. It's far better 2-up than the GP, which is obviously only a 125. I think you need parking assist on your car, mate. And here we are at Scarborough. Here we are at Saltburn. About to go down the famous bank. Yeah, you see that rear brake is just so good. I tend not to use the front brake very much. Oh, tides out, no surface today. In fact, consider it's the schools are off, it's not very busy. Oh, the suspension, that front is too hard. I've got a little bit more to do on that. And we'll just park it in here. And this guy probably doesn't know that this is a motorbike spot just here. I shall have to get up and push it. That's something about it as well, it's it's pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. Right. Although putting on the side stand and the centre stand is pretty easy. Don't know how come people struggle so much. That's it. Saltburn, quick little review of the bike. Really happy with it. Go over a few things again. Little windshield is pretty good. I think it does deflect quite a bit of wind off here. The front rack easily fitted. It's foldable. That'll get used on the rallies. Suspension is rubbish. Rear suspension is rubbish. Tyres and steering, however, pretty good. Nice little bit of stainless steel on the back. The rack, but I don't know if you can see on this, I'll show you. You see under there, it's actually cracked. My little 360 camera, hello. It's very quiet, and Tesla have just announced a 300 GP kit, which is exhaust, ECU, air filter. And that is very tempting. It's supposed to improve the performance an awful lot, although it's pretty fast anyway. So yeah, pretty good. Right, I'm going to have an ice cream or some fish and chips. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you later on. So, suitably refreshed, we'll have a ride back. See if we get a bit more pausing in. Oh, is he coming out? Is he coming out? Let's cover them brakes. Hey, Saltburn Bank. This has got a few people out, a lot of people out anyway, especially in the winter. If you get a chance, stick in YouTube, Saltburn Bank. Bus driver. There's a guy who drives up in a bus here in the winter and it's superb. All the cars are stuck around him. He just goes straight past them all. It's fantastic. I'll have a look down here. See if we get any shop windows in. Too many cars, I think. Nice Jaguar. Missed mine, I must admit. F-Type's a brilliant car. Plenty of eating places. Just not enough chance to look in the windows as you go past. I don't know if you guys do that or not, but you can't help it, can you, when you're on such a nice bike, when you're going past the shop windows. Just have a nice little look in the window. Right, heading back home now. I hope you enjoyed the little video. Give us a thumbs up if you did. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, helps me a great deal, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.